Hello, 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 folks. It is Wednesday, and that means it is time to rank another Game Boy puzzle game. Or puzzle game. No, I said it right the first time. And so we've got 45 games on the list, all the way down here at the bottom. Frankie, Joe, and Dirk on the tiles, all the way here up at the top. Tetris. It's Tetris. And fascinating range of games in between, but today we're playing something I really don't know anything about. I did a quick Google search. I had a feeling this was based on an existing property, and it is. This game is called Nintama Rantarou E-awase Challenge Puzzle. And so Nintama Rantarou is it's a manga and anime. It's about kids going to ninja school. That's the short, simple version. I think it's meant to be comedic. I don't really know. But this game is something of a late release for the system. I just want to check here. Let's see, the Game Boy Color. Yeah, so this, I think the Game Boy Color would have, either already been out or have just come out around the time that this game was released. So this is, it's like 1998. I don't know what the game is. I know I played a little bit of it to test it, to make sure it fit the criteria for the show. But aside from that, you're just gonna find out. So, let's do that right now. Yeah, 1998 copyright date. Push start. I just did that. We're gonna pick the one on top. We're gonna pick the first one again. I'm gonna pick the first one again. We're gonna play as this character. Okay, so start on stage 1, you get bonus points if you start on later stages. Okay. Okay, can I push and... Alright, okay, so... probably going to want to put this... Okay, so is it... I think the arrow is telling you where the piece needs to go. I think that's... Oops. Oh, you can push multiple at a time. That's also good to know. And there we go. And then this was back over here. And controls are really stiff. Okay, so it's probably not a good idea to push things up against the... You gotta really really hold down the button for a minute there. We may need to check to see if that's character specific. Somehow I doubt it, but... I'm kind of getting the idea of what they're looking for here. Question is, okay, this one's off in the corner. Is there something we can do about that? I have a hammer. I hammer in the morning. I hammer in the evening. Is there... Okay, press start and select to restart. Okay, now two of the... Okay, there's clearly another mechanic here that I'm not understanding. I don't know if I... Hold the button... If I... Double tap, hold this button. The pieces fell into the corner before the game even started. Like, you can't pin that one on me. Wait, something happened. Okay, something... I hold... B... Okay. Don't know why that didn't work before. Okay. No, this is fine. We just put that there. That there. We're still gonna need to get out, so we'll do this. Okay. Okay, so I guess that only works if you're facing... I'm gonna reset and swap characters. I just want to see. Let's be this guy. He's going that way. This seems like he's moving a little faster, but kind of got the same rigid steps. Ah, interesting. And he can only... reach one space over. This could end up being a game where my inability to read the language is going to be an issue. Because I do think there is some amount of complexity here that I'm not picking up on. Okay, you can speed that up. I think at some point we're going to end up having to go back to the title screen and start randomly picking other choices, just to see what they do. That little pew sound is like straight out of the Atari 2600. Something about that image does not look quite right. I'm sure it makes sense if you've watched the show. Yeah. I'm suddenly glad that the game tells you where the piece goes. There was one thing when we were drawing faces. Okay, by the time we get to stage 11, if nothing has substantially changed, I'll go back to the title screen and start arbitrarily picking different options. You know, 10 stages is a pretty good round number. If this was going to substantially change up, it would happen either stage 10 or stage 11. That's my thought on it anyway. Especially where there's all these things on the side of the screen talking about cube percentage and seal and metal, and if seal decides to go metal, I'm here for it. Alright, let's see some of the other options. Let's see what happens. What if we pick this? And then this, and this, and this. We'll jump ahead to stage 13. Alright, what are these? Do I hit these with a hammer? Okay. Do I hit these with a hammer? Okay, there's kind of a bit more going on now. Is this... Oh, that's right where it is, I guess. It's apparently good for decent points if you do that. Oh, is that what a link is? Like, you hit one and it hits the other, kind of? We'll see. We'll see. What if we do it here? Does it... Yeah, okay. Not really sure what the point of that is. I guess I can push the boxes around and create a longer chain and then hit them with the hammer. Seems like a bit of a distraction, though. Like... I feel like it would make more sense to just get them out of the way. Alright, let's reset again. What's this one? Okay, yeah. Don't know what any of that means. I'm gonna pick the first one again. Now I'm gonna pick the middle thing. And the middle thing again. I'm gonna go back to this character. Okay, this is kind of neat. Or is this... okay. Is this like more of a tutorial sort of thing? Yeah, so if we do... oh! So, in other words, if we do this... and this... okay, so there's slightly darker shaded ones. I find them a little hard to tell apart. I think they could have differentiated those a little clearer. Oh yeah, so here now it's explaining. So I think this might just be like how to play. Okay, cool, cool. So that was the middle one. It's this one. Okay, I want to check something. I want to just check something real quick. If we're going to go back, push start, top option, top option, top option. Now we're going to head back to stage 13. Okay, yeah, so the sort of differentiating factor was the cubes become a part of the game at stage 13. So I don't know what those other settings did. take these and do that. Alright, let's reset again. Okay. The bottom one, the bottom one. Oh. Oh, we're back on the option screen, okay. Top one, middle one, bottom one, middle one, middle. Okay, we chose the tutorial again. So if I do this... Wait. Okay, this keeps bouncing me back to the... So I assume this is multiplayer. That's probably what's going on, is that... I am unwittingly choosing multiplayer modes. This is the one that goes in the middle. I think it's, yeah, it's this one here. No, that one there goes. This? No? Do you go in the middle? You have to tell me if you do, it's the law. Okay, so instead of fussing around in menus I can't read, I'm just gonna keep playing on these settings. something very Master System about this music. Oh. It seems like some characters have shorter range, but I can't really pick them apart aside from that. So, yeah, that did a thing. Okay, so when they haven't formed into cubes yet, you can't hit them with the hammer, but you can take them out with the little grappling hook. I don't know what the link bonus does for your score. Again, it just kind of seems like kind of it's taking more time than it's worth. There's something very unsettling about this image. This kid has way too many eyes. And what is this? Oh, apparently I can't crush that one. Oh, I can collect it, though. I don't think the link added to my bonus in any way. Does this one go in the middle? One way to find out. No, this goes there. Where does this one go? There. Okay, where does this one go? There. Where do you go? Okay, this one goes in the middle. Okay, so your bonus points is time plus link. Okay, so it's 64 seconds and 2 links, so it was 66 bonus, but that is... no. You are much better off just trying to do these things as fast as you can. That's where the real points are. If you happen to have an opportunity to create links, go for it. Ugh. I don't know if it's coming across in the footage, but yeah, the really stiff controls are kind of... I would say... you'd say either the biggest negative or arguably the only negative, depending on how you want to look at it. Okay, according to the HUD, I have 3 medals and 0 seals. Now I have 6 medals. What up? Excuse me. I think we got time for one more stage, maybe two. I think the game would be slightly improved if the playfield were a little bigger. Because the pieces are so quick to get pushed up against the edge. Once I got into the swing of that, time flew by pretty well. Let's head back over to the ranking screen and... yeah, so... I don't really know how to say this without it sounding like a backhanded compliment. You could do a lot worse than this game. I think this game is entirely alright. I think once you sort of get in the hang of it, yeah, there's something to this. It's alright. The biggest downside really is the controls, and in some respects they kind of have to be the way that they are because you need to be able to use either the hammer or the grappling hook while facing any direction while standing on, you know, specific squares. So it's got to have that little kind of slightly stilted. It almost feels a bit laggy. Like the way you move is very stiff. You have to kind of hold down the button for for a moment before they'll move, and then sometimes they don't stop moving right away. That's really good. But outside of that specifically, I think the game's totally fine. I think we currently have, we got 45 games. I can definitely say this is better than Gearworks. This is definitely... Humans, Stop That Roach. It's better than Stop That Roach. It's better than Flappy Special. I'd say it's better than Sanrio Carnival. So we're looking at very likely a top 20 game here. I would say it's not as good as Cat Trap or Puzznic. Boxel's an interesting one. I think, you know, Boxel has some similar problems. I think it's an older game. It is honestly kind of an uglier game. But Boxel also has kind of more depth. In a sense, like more depth with less overall mechanics. I don't think this is as good as Pocket Puyo Puyo 2. Is it better or worse than Nontan? Let's jump back down here. It's better than Daedalian Opus. It's better than Spot the video game. I don't know how I would rate this in comparison to Krusty's Funhouse, but I would put it above Pyramids of Ra, so I guess logically that means it's better than Krusty's Funhouse. But I think we're getting there. Yeah, I think if this controlled better, it would be very much comparable to Nontan. I think it has a little more going for it than Matchmania. I also think it has a little bit more going for it than Amazing Tater. So, let's take a moment here. Space. I may just end up abbreviating the name a little. Because that's kind of running off the page. We're just going to call that EC puzzle. And so congratulations to Nintama Rantarou GB E-awase challenge puzzle for almost making the top 10. And that is going to be me for this evening. Excuse me, I will be back tomorrow night with some more live improvised music. I will be back on Saturday night with some more music production. And next week we will be playing some more retro games on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So let's have us a look at who there is to raid. Oh, Newbie's playing some more Phantasy Star 4. Still the best Phantasy Star, so we'll jump on over there. In the meantime, thank you for coming by. Thank you for hanging out. And as always, I do hope to see you next time. Bye for now. And this time I'm going to remember to stop the stream.